break down the biggest stories of the day. This is the top 3 stories of the day on KSLSports.com. On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, time for the top 3 stories of the day at KSLSports.com, brought to you by J. Brooks Jewelers. Cherish your love with J. Brooks Jewelers. Explore the expertly crafted engagement rings made from the finest materials. J. Brooks Jewelers. All right, Christian, where do you want to start today?
Number 1, there's a lot of speculation about Kyle Whittingham's future. Tomorrow's the last home game of the season. Does that mean it's Kyle Whittingham's last game at Rice Eccles Stadium?
When you decide to make that, and it is your last day coaching at Rice Eccles, will you announce that before, do you think, or is that something you'll just let it happen?
I'll be here one day and gone the next.
Well, I wouldn't expect anything different. He's not going to do the Kobe Bryant retirement tour. So good for Whit, I guess, in that sense. And again, I don't think Whit's going anywhere necessarily. It's not like he's leaving the program. I think he's going to be a familiar face for people who are going to games or going to practice. I think we're going to see Whit around. But I don't get the feeling this is his last one. I thought maybe it would be, but I kind of don't think this is his last home game.
Well, Whit has it written into his contract. I think that he has some sort of, I can't remember
enormous
what
bonuses to stick
well,
around.
there's a role for him in the athletic department or whatever. Even he doesn't have to turn in the company car quite yet. Probably play a couple of rounds of golf with some boosters and hopefully enjoy it. Although, I mean, that would be an interesting thing if Coach Whit retired and then decided, well, hey, I still have plenty of energy. And
someone needs me. There's a good team that needs a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure Gary Anderson's telling him that being a consultant or whatever Coach Anderson's official title is down there at BYU, isn't the worst thing in the world.
No.
You get to stick around, you get a expertise, probably another company car, and good times.
You still matter.
So I don't know what that would look like, or if this is his final game as the head coach of Utah at Rice Eccles Stadium. I'm not sure.
Yeah, good for him if he does. Obviously, legendary career. I think he's going to be in the College Football Hall of Fame. He deserves to be. But yeah, I mean, it's a big night for a lot of Utah players who are playing their last games at Utah, not just seniors. There's going to be guys going to the draft that we're not going to see again up at Rice Eccles. So it's been a good run for a lot of these players. Some of these players were obviously certainly on the Rose Bowl teams still. So one of the better probably groups of players, even if the last 2 seasons haven't been what they probably hoped as upperclassmen.
I'll tell you, a surefire sign that Whit isn't retiring is if Morgan shows up wearing an LSU hat.
Are you surprised you don't hear Morgan's name mentioned at all in some of these jobs?
No, I'm not. Because to get your name mentioned with these jobs, Ben, it's because you're putting your name out there.
Sure.
And I don't think, even if he was considering it, I don't think he's leaking it to anybody. So has his phone rang or his agents or whatever? Yeah, probably. But why are we not seeing his name mentioned with anything? 1, because the only name you're seeing mentioned with anything is the Lane Train. And 2, because I'm sure he doesn't want it out there, because if Whit retires, I'm guessing Utah would be his number 1 choice.
I would think so. He's also probably, if he were to leave Utah, he's probably not in the first row of dominoes to fall. He's probably the second.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
He might be a guy who replaces a guy who leaves.
Sure.
I could see that. Or they go through the first round of coaching hires, and then, if not all the spots are filled, then he gets more calls. But I'm not expecting him to leave. I'm just curious if...
Why is Lane's name out there? Not only is he the obvious number 1 candidate, but it's because he puts it out there. He always puts it out there.
Yeah.
He basically told... was it Central Florida? Where was he? No, South Florida. He told them when he got the job, he said, as soon as a big program calls, I'm leaving.
Don't get too used to me. I'm not going to be here long.
To leave. Yeah, I mean, he was really open about it because like we talked about the other day, he got the reputation of being the ambitious, take a job at any time guy because he left Tennessee.
Yep.
So if you can't beat him, join him, right? If you can't shake that rep, well, that's the rep.
Yeah.
Why do they know his family is taking tours of Gainesville and Baton Rouge? Probably because he told them.
Yeah, somebody's letting them know.
Yeah, and so he's either going to take Ole Miss for every nickel that's not nailed down, or he's going to take one of those 2 jobs.
Agreed.
So, I mean, that's how coaches operate when they're looking around, when they're looking for something new.
Yep.
How did we know that Notre Dame's plane landed in Salt Lake or whatever? Probably because the Myers, somebody with the Myers told somebody about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Florida flew in to wine and dine us. Well, that lifts the leverage. All of a sudden, it's Notre Dame, Florida, and Utah competing for Urban Meyer, and then he gets to pick his job and pick his salary. I mean, it's how the game is played.
Yeah. It's the right move. It's the right move if that's what you're trying to do is leave.
Ben, you could throw your name out there. Go onto the Snap Talk. No, find a sports journalist out there and bribe them $100 and say mention Ben Anderson's name in connection with Weber State as the head football coach.
Yeah.
And I bet you we could almost talk you into the job.
The radio guy?
That guy? He's interested?
You know what? I did hear him on the radio with some of the coaches over the last year. Maybe it makes sense.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. Ben's the guy for the job.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that would be a horrible hire. Don't do that.
Well, how do you think... well, no, I'm not going to throw anybody
Let's hear
under
it.
the
Yeah,
bus.
let's hear what you got to say.
That's not...
Yeah, who are you going to throw under the bus?
Next.
Who didn't deserve to get the job they got?
Next.
Number 2, the Utah Jazz back at home tonight. They are hosting the Thunder.
Hard to talk about the Thunder, regardless of who you are. I don't know if you've seen the stat. I was listening to the Windy Pod the other day, and they had the stat that Bronny James has played in more fourth quarters this year than has Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They are blowing teams out so badly that Shai is not playing in the fourth quarter, which is amazing because I still think he's got to be close to 30 points a game, if not over 30 points a game, meaning he's doing most of it through the first 3 quarters of every game. He's averaging 32 points a game, which means he's probably, if you were to do per 36, I bet you his stats are through the roof. So he's extraordinarily impressive. This Thunder team is a machine. They have a real chance to win the most games in NBA history and then win a title and, replace the Bulls as the greatest team of all time. I don't know if anyone would actually believe that's the case, but, more regular season wins than the Warriors team that lost to LeBron and more regular season wins and a title than the Bulls team. So they're going to threaten for 70. And truthfully, if you're Oklahoma City, the Jazz should be a bump in the road.
Why don't we talk about Mark Daigneault more?
Well, a lot of the love goes to who's the GM?
Oh, Sam Presti.
Sam Presti, and what a good job he's done at OKC. I'm with you. One of the things that it's always amazing, they're like, where do they keep finding these guys? Presti's doing an awesome job finding these players that fit perfectly. It's like, no, I think Daigneault gets guys, knows exactly where to put them based on their skill sets to be successful. And that's what a good coach does. That's really what a good coach does. You can talk about game plans and all this stuff. A lot of it's just like, hey, I know this guy can do this consistently, and I'm going to find a way within our system to put him in spots to do what he does consistently. Because all of these guys, Aaron Wiggins, AJ Mitchell, that you're going to, most fans probably don't know about, if they go to other teams, they're probably just random dudes. But they're in really good spots, and he knows how to use them. No, he knows how to use every chess piece. He's a great coach.
I think we should talk about him more. Now, I am not give coach credit above the players guy because I don't think that's a thing.
That's never been the case, and it shouldn't be.
His team is really good. There is no doubt. But he does. He puts everything right where it needs to be. You know what I like about him, too, is his history, his coming up story, where Billy Donovan found him. And he started off at Holy Cross, but Billy Donovan found him, and he was on Billy's staff at Florida, and then brought him along to Oklahoma City, and that franchise spotted a talented young coach. I mean, much in the way of how Pat Riley spotted Spoelstra. And it's like, okay, we're going to groom this dude. Billy doesn't know what he's doing. I bet their first advice to Mark was like, hey, don't listen to Billy. You just figure it out, and we'll go to you when the time is right. And you know what? Usually when you fire a head coach, you fire their whole staff. They fired the head coach and they promoted this guy. I think that's got to tell you a little something about at least how he comes off behind the scenes. But I think he's awesome, and for some reason, nobody talks about him.
It's because they are loaded with talent, but. That
But
doesn't
we
mean
talked about Phil Jackson.
There's a lot of teams loaded with talent that don't achieve anything. So you're right. You're spot on. He's a great coach. He's done a fantastic job. They're 15-1. They have 1 loss this season on the road at Portland, second night of a back-to-back, and they lost by 2 points. So they have just been steamrolling teams.
I wonder. I wish I could rewind my life and see what the convo was about Chuck Daly, where people were like, well, he has basically an all-star team. So we're not going to give that guy any credit. I remember everybody bending over backwards to give Chuck Daly credit. People bend over backwards still to give Pat Riley credit for what he did with the Lakers in the 80s when he had, all the best players.
One of the craziest numbers right now in the NBA, it's the craziest number, is that the Oklahoma City Thunder have a defensive rating of 102.7. So they give up 102 points per 100 possessions, which is basically an NBA game. The next closest is the Detroit Pistons at 109.6.
102
7 points.
Is an incredible number in 08.
Yeah, right.
Let alone 25.
Yeah. So that they don't give up any points, and the next closest team is 7 points per 100 possessions behind. And again, to kind of paint the difference there, the difference between 1 and 2 is equal to the difference between 2 and the 22nd ranked Portland Trailblazers. The Trailblazers and the number 2 ranked team, Detroit Pistons, are closer than the number 2 ranked team and the number 1 ranked team.
And you know what? I'll tell you why that is so impressive and why we should give the some credit to Mark Daigneault. Not all, but some. Is they just won the title. They have a superstar. They have other quote-unquote stars. They were doing that stupid commercial during the finals that I saw a million times. Remember what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I liked it, but yeah.
And those guys dig in and guard better than any other team in the league. Ben, Jabari Parker wasn't wrong when he told that person, I don't get paid to play defense.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't wrong. Most of the times when guys read their own headlines, the first thing that goes out the door is a defensive culture. I'm not going to play defense.
All these guys got paid in the offseason. They just won a title. They just won 68 games. Yeah, they could have taken this year off.
Those guys are digging deep and guarding at a historic level. Those guys?
Yep.
And the thing is, when those guys do that, the whole rest of the team has to follow suit.
Yeah.
And when you've got elite defenders like Lou Dort, all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow. So is that Sam Presti or is that Daigneault?
Also worth noting, it's got to be both, obviously, and then you have to have the right superstar to do it, and Shea is the right type of superstar. Yeah. Jalen Williams, also their second-best player, has not played this year. So they're doing this without their second-best player on their team. He is out again tonight. This will be only the second time I believe Cody and Jalen have played against each other. Cody did play last year once in a game that Jalen Williams played. So the Jazz brothers, or the Williams brothers between the Jazz and the Thunder, not get a face-off tonight, unfortunately.
Well, the Thunder are awesome.
Thunder are awesome.
Nobody's going to beat the Thunder this year.
I don't think so.
No. All right, what's next?
Number 3, Real Salt Lake held a big press conference yesterday for their schedule release. Mark your calendars. Inter Miami and Lionel Messi are coming to Salt Lake City.
We know for sure Miami is.
They're playing.
They are playing. And Lionel Messi has traditionally made trips with the teams. You can never guarantee athletes are going to play or not be suspended or not miss play for whatever reason, injury or otherwise. But April 22nd, I don't know, depends on who you're asking, one of the 5 greatest soccer players of all time and maybe still the greatest player on earth is coming to Salt Lake. So we'll see.
I don't think he's still that.
Probably not.
But did you have you followed it all? And we don't need to go too deep down this rabbit hole, but have you followed at all Major League Soccer's decision to change the calendar?
They are matching the EPL or just the way every other soccer league plays.
Everywhere else does it, yeah. I wonder how, honestly, that's going to go.
A lot of snow.
I mean, the argument is that we can't expect to be a top-tier league if we're not on the same schedule. I would buy into that argument.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also would listen to somebody telling me that they're never going to be a top-tier league.
Mm-hmm.
I got in an argument with Soccer Guy when, and this was off the air, kind of funny, when Major League Soccer signed David Beckham. And I said, it's only a matter of time before Major League Soccer is among the great leagues because all the stars are going to figure out that all the money is here and all the attention is here. And they're going to come here for the Nike contract and not just the soccer, right? So all of a sudden, a major superstar like David Beckham comes and that's just going to be the dam that breaks.
Uh-huh.
Ben, how many years later? Let's see. Let me think here. This is like when RSL first came. So this is like 20 plus years ago that I got into this argument. Major League Soccer is no closer to being a top tier league than they were the day that I got into this argument with this snooty soccer fan who, EPL or what, I can't even remember. It doesn't even matter. So is that even possible? Is what's holding them back the calendar? Because I think the calendar, the way they're going to do it, is going to do damage from to the gate, from the sense that you're going to take time off during the summer to add games during the winter. I mean, that's...
Well, yeah, 2027, they're going to have a very short season so they can adjust and get back to the new schedule is what it's going to be.
But they're going to start in like February. And they're going to take
summer to spring.
And they're going to take a day, like a month off. They're going to take like August or something like that all the way off.
What it does allow for is
Like that?
your off-season matching the off-season of everybody else, which conceivably should help with the transfers.
That's the idea.
That's the idea, right? We can hit the free agent market worldwide, whereas our free agent market is in the middle of their season. How are we going to get guys to come over? That's the argument. Where I would agree with you, and maybe agree with your snooty EPL fan or whoever it is, the infrastructure on MLS is clearly way better. The product is clearly way better. Does that mean they've actually made inroads to get any closer to the teams or the leagues above them? I don't know. Probably not.
A little bit, maybe. I don't even know if the product is... It's better.
There's more
I don't want
arenas,
to say
like there's
all
more
the stuff,
soccer-specific arenas.
I don't know if the actual quality of, if the EPL is league number 1. Major League Soccer now is probably down in the teens?
Probably not that low.
It might be. I mean, when you add up all the Bundesliga and all the other
I suspect it's top 10.
and then the South American leagues and all that stuff.
But regardless,
I don't know.
Well, you're never going to catch those. You're never going to catch the elite, the top of the top.
So why adjust your calendar when it's going to do damage? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But I can't imagine going to a Chicago outdoor stadium in February to watch the Fire play.
There have been articles on this because we are entering the 30th season of MLS. So this was last year, pretty recently. Says it's about the 10th best league in the world, which again, that's a long ways back. 10 is so far back. Like, what's the 10th best basketball league in the world? I honestly don't have any idea.
Maybe like Israel, maybe China? I mean, when you think of all the European leagues,
I honestly don't know. Yeah, I mean, that to the point where it's like, it's so irrelevant at that point, other than you are in the United States. That's what it has going for it, is that it's in the U.S.
So maybe they can attract more high-profile, better players. I mean, I'd be selling lifestyle all day, every day.
Yeah, right. You're selling Miami or Los Angeles, and you say, hey.
Or not just those, like the good old US of A. Like, if you've been to some not prestigious cities in Europe, which I have not, so, but I've been told the lifestyle isn't that great.
But Mbappe and these great soccer players, and again, I'm not well-versed in soccer, so I'm not trying to dive too deeply into this, but like Cristiano Ronaldo is not living in the toughest parts of the world, right? They are living in the greatest cities on the planet outside of the U.S.
Well, I'm guessing that Ronaldo, his first choice wouldn't be Saudi Arabia, but yeah.
But regardless, and they are living in palaces and have as much money as you could ever dream of. So that's what they can sell there. But you're right. Point to Shohei. Say, look at what Shohei has done.
Oh, I'd take a condo in downtown Salt Lake over a palace in Saudi Arabia, probably.
I don't know. It's pretty good money. But yeah, regardless, that is what you're selling.
No, we're not talking about money.
Lifestyle.
We're talking about the accommodations and the lifestyle. And that comes with the whatever laws Posh Spice has to live under these days.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I'm not hating on Saudi
Sell
Arabia.
Miami.
I'm just telling you, like I'd rather have a
sell
condo.
Sell New York, sell Los Angeles, sell Miami.
Sell Salt Lake City.
Sell the other three first. Then we'll talk.
I think you're underselling our great community.
I love our community. I don't think Mbappe's leaving EPL or whatever league he's in to come play in Salt Lake or Columbus Crew.
But that guy is never coming. So that's the point.
Messi is here. So Messi's better than Mbappe.
75 years old. I watched Thierry Henry come through here too, and my whole point was about Beckham. And the guy told me Beckham is 106 years old and can't play anymore, and that was true. And everybody's in love with Messi, but it's probably still true. He's not going to lead the Argentinian World Cup team next time. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So he's Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own, where he tips his hat, and I don't think they're getting prime Messi ever. But maybe their chances are better with a different calendar.
That's what they're hoping to get closer to.
But I don't think that guy's ever coming.
Agreed.
But
at least not right now.
The random guy playing in some strange Danish town that you could sell.
Yeah, you
my
can.
point is.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned. More next. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.